Hello YouTube! I'm Uncle Matt. This is my workbench. Now let's have a look at the bench itself. My father-in-law passed this down to me. It was made by his uncle or great-uncle. I'm not exactly sure when it was built, but it is pretty old. It's very well used. I plan to do some restoration work on this, and then I will make more videos featuring more restorations of different types where I'll be using this bench. So let's see. It's got some very old nuts and bolts here that appear to be square, if you can see that. I don't know if anyone can tell what time period that places that at. I've very rarely seen square nuts like that, but it seems to be pretty old to me. Now, I'm not going to do a lot to this. I'm just going to give the surface, the top of it, a sanding and refinish it. I want to keep most of the wear and tear showing through on this. I don't want to make it look like a brand new workbench. If we look here, he's got some outlets in here, and you can see none of them are grounded. I will be replacing those because they're just not safe. Let's see what else we got. We've got this rusty old vise here, which I actually can use. I probably am not going to use this vise on this bench. I have a small pana vise that I'm going to be using on this because this bench is going in the house. I'll be doing a lot of light work indoors on this bench, and I think the pana vise will be more appropriate. This vise here I may do a restoration video on. Comment below if you'd like to see that. I would probably mount that to the large workbench I have out in the garage where I go do heavier work. Let's see here. I've got these little shelves, these old sliding hooks. I think I'll keep those there. This top shelf has various holes in it for holding on to screwdrivers and such. Got this metal cabinet here. Plastic drawers already full of lots of little bits and pieces. I'm sure I will find uses for some of that. Let's see. He has a wood vise built onto this. Looks like there's a split in it. It's kind of in rough shape, but it appears to still function. I don't know if I will ever use this vise or not, but I will leave it as it is. I'm going to keep it on there. You never know, I might use it. Let's see, is there anything else I can show you about this old clock? I don't feel like that's really important to the piece. I don't really like it. I'll probably take that off. I may replace it. I might go to a flea market and find something kind of antique looking to replace it with. Let's see. It has a drawer here. It's a little bit stiff. I might take that out and give it a sanding, see what I can do to smooth that out. If you have any idea how I can do that, other than just taking it out and sanding it clean, comment below. Let me know any thoughts on trying to smooth out this action. So that's enough about that. Let's get to work. Okay, so that is as far as I'm going to go with the sanding for now. Like I said, I don't want this to look brand new. I want it to look old and used, worn, battered. Not sure what I'm going to do for a finish yet. I need to use something that's going to kind of fill in some of these deep cracks in here, crevices, but I don't need it to be perfectly smooth. If I ever need a smooth surface on here to work on, I'll just lay down a piece of masonite or a cutting mat or something if I need to. But yeah, I think I'm done with this portion of the restoration, and I can move on to scrubbing it up and getting it ready to put a finish on it. Okay, so I brushed on very generous coat of Formby's tongue oil low gloss finish. The rough areas like this, they really soaked it up, and it feels almost like plastic, so it's well protected. That's how I'm going to keep it. I like the color contrast in that area too. But back here, this area where some of the original finish was still there, it's kind of shiny, doesn't blend well from one area to the next. So I'm going to take a fine sanding block, and I'm just going to lightly sand the shiny areas to try and blend it in with the rough patches. And that's about all I'm going to do with this table for this particular video. I'll make another video later where I'm going to do the outlets and something with that clock. So, let's start sanding. And there we have it. Sanded about as much as I'm gonna sand it. It looks a lot more natural than it did before. That's all I'm going to do with this table for this video. In my next video, I'll be moving this into my little work area in the basement and fixing up these outlets. Maybe, I don't know, I think I might want to put a light, maybe an overhead boom lamp where that clock is. Give me some lighting for the surface of the table. That's where I'll be doing many other videos at this bench. I've got a lot of projects lined up. I've got a couple of knives that need work, a couple of swords that I made years ago and never finished. I have some vintage toys in need of repair, mostly Star Wars. I think my daughter wants me to fix a couple of her dolls. Picture frame for my wife that I was supposed to fix like 6 months ago, maybe a year ago. Well, I'm finally going to get that done. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, share to social media. There will be much more to come on Uncle Matt's Workbench.